All right, tonight on Club Top Shot, the Elastic Honeybee returns. It's Adam Levitan here to talk about his big tennis match with Mike Levy. I need to get that down before we go further. They got lots of money, lots of side action on it. And apparently Levitan wants to bust some balls of the Top Shot Virgin. So I'm going to provide him that platform. We got the Top Shot market bouncing. We got MGLE packs to open later. It's time for Club Top Shot. Damien, you can retire. Let's call up Steve Kerr right now. Tell him you're done. 3-on-2 game.
Oh, I'm an incredible basketball player. Awful shooter. Awful shooter.
Nasty jumper.
Would he ever gamble on shooting?
Here we go.
Let's see.
We got Jaw lighting up again.
On that note, let me go.
All right. Club Top Shot going up on a Tuesday.
Love. All right, guys, no CSU Ram 88 tonight. He's doing everything he can at the Avalanche game. Jack is going to join us in a bit. He's doing, Hollywood stuff for his TNT Bet show. So we got the diehards, the core here, Andy, Mike, and our special guest, Levy, the Queen Bee. How we doing, guys?
Good, buddy. Thanks for having me back, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you've just been blowing me up in the DMs. You're like, I got to get me back on Club Top Shot. I just got balls to bust. So, I mean, let's let him have it, dude.
I didn't think you guys were even doing this. Do you have enough money to run a YouTube show anymore after what's happened to Top Shot? Or you guys just totally busted or what?
Yeah, man, it's been tough. I mean, I would say the three of us here alone on paper have lost millions and millions of dollars collectively.
I figured I'd come on here and get you guys some more ratings, so maybe you can get a little bit of money here to keep the lights on with the show.
Get some of that underdog cheddar.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. Adam, were you? I mean, even CSU Ram 88, the mayor himself came down from his ivory tower to go after the MGLE pack yesterday. I mean, did you go after this pack?
Yeah, I was supposed to get my reparations, which, by the way, I want to get into. I was supposed to get them, and I had the qualifying score, whatever it was, and I still didn't get a pack.
I did see Alan say on Twitter today that if that happened, so if you submit a form or something, you'll get your pack. But
there's no way Adam's submitting this form. I'll tell you that right now.
That's why I said it like that. There's literally no way he's doing that. But you could, if you really wanted it, I think you could get it.
Mike, people are noticing the chandelier is not here. Also, do you want me to call you Federer or do you want me to call you Mike? What's the deal here?
I think Federer is more appropriate for the next week.
Wow, he is dialed in. What is this? Your new digs?
This is my new digs. Yes. There's probably a little bit of an echo, which I have to apologize for. I'm currently in an empty house. I'm in the process of moving, and we have no furniture in the house, so there's just echoes left and right. Hopefully you guys can hear okay.
I guess we wait for lower lows in Top Shot, and then we have you do a house tour on a show when we run out of stuff to talk about.
Sure.
Okay.
My big highlight of tonight is I've got my No Dunks wedgie shirt on. I don't know if anyone else ordered this, but
that is beautiful. And of course, we have the wedgie that showed up in the packs here. Shout out to the No Dunks.
That's sweet.
Wait, I have a really embarrassing comment about that. So I've been listening to No Dunks for a long time, but I wasn't listening when they had the origin of the wedgies, and it took me months of listening to the podcast before I realized that they were not talking about actual wedgies during games and about the basketball getting stuck between the hoop and the backboard.
Wow, you're a big fan.
Do we think Dapper made the wedgie moment in honor of the No Dunks, fellas?
I mean, I don't want to go conspiracy theory, but I did see they opened up a pack on stream either today or yesterday, and they got the wedgie dunk in their pack. I mean, if anyone wants to go conspiracy theory about someone with the randomizer behind the scenes, I mean, that's the smoking gun right there.
That was a beautiful moment. I did watch that.
Yeah, so if you do have those powers to be, I'd love to open up a pack with all Fred VanVleets. I think that'd be really fun for my personal brand, just like it was for the No Dunks guys. So Levy didn't get the pack. Where are you at? Because we did a lot of hand wringing. We did a lot of State of the Union stuff last week about Top Shot. I think we willed the market bounce into existence. But where are you at? You guys over at ETR, you got your Top Shot and cards show and all that good stuff. You're in on it.
Yeah. Oh, look, man. my biggest Top Shot take is exactly what I said to Levy when he came on the podcast. This whole idea that we're collectors, they're collectors. Oh, we're collecting is fucking bullshit. These people who came in and blew up Top Shot were out to make money, and we are gambling. And if you gamble, a lot of times you're going to fucking lose. I don't want to hear bitching after you gamble and you lose. I don't want to hear I'm a collector and I deserve XYZ. If I want to take a pack and flip a pack 9 for 50, fuck off. Okay. I am doing that because I'm out here to gamble and to make money. I'm not a fucking collector. Are you guys? What is this collector bullshit? And maybe I'm too harsh. Okay. Maybe I'm out of control. Maybe I'm too much of a bloodsucker. By the way, I didn't do any of that pack flipping that I was accused of. I just, whatever. But I wouldn't, by no stretch would I begrudge anybody who did. But come on, man, to suggest that we're not out here gambling, everybody's trying to make money. It's just a different format because it doesn't feel as head to head. You don't feel it in a market like this where so there's a winner and a loser. Like if I play you in head to head in DFS, that's very clearly gambling. This is still a form of gambling. Sometimes you're going to lose, man. And I don't want to hear bitching when you lose. I don't want to hear, I want to get my 10K back. I want my cool cats back, wherever the fuck people are bitching about. I don't want to hear it. You gamble, you lost. That's it.
Well, I do think that's interesting because you've spent a long time in the DFS world telling people you need to be accountable for your decisions. And I feel like, at least in the past year, maybe I'm wrong. It feels like it's gotten a little bit better with the moaning about stuff. Obviously, there's still the people who are if I had 150, I'd win, like the really lowest common denominator. But in general, it feels like people take ownership of it. And to your point, I mean, the Top Shot entitlement of what rewards am I going to get for going after the Master Challenge? What am I owed? It's at all-time highs.
Yeah. I'm just out. I don't even look at any of that stuff anymore because I can't take the bitching. It's like, God, man, my fucking kid's T-ball game. It was supposed to be a 4-inning game. 2 innings in, they say it's too hot. They cancel the game. It's too hot. I mean, how soft can we be with this bitching? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to get tougher, man. You gambled, you lost. Go, pick yourself up and try to do something else, or try to get even. Or if you think Top Shot's going, I have no idea where the Top Shot market is going. I think Top Shot long term is okay. I can talk about it more if you guys want. But God, I mean, I can't take the bitching.
So you think this is a societal issue, though? It's not like a Top Shot specific thing. It's society at large.
Yeah, I guess so. But I expected more out of the DFS guys. Listen, man. I've been accused of being too harsh, of being too much of a hardo about grinding edges and stuff like that. I mean, one thing I will never do is if I lose, bitch. Never, ever, ever in a million years if I lose, will I bitch? And this is what happened to a lot of people. I don't know. They bought moments, they lost, and now they feel like they're owed something or they want to bitch. I don't know.
Andy, I want to hear a little bit of a counterpoint here because there's this whole thing with the NFTs. I've seen the tweet. I know the structure. I genuinely like the Top Shots. I genuinely like the bonsai trees. Give us the counterpoint here about just collecting things to collect, or is everyone aping into bonsai trees trying to make money?
I think that it's definitely both. There's no way. Adam is not wrong. No, you're not wrong.
You're collecting a bonsai tree. There's this whole idea of collecting is such bullshit. People are trying to make money. I hate hiding behind this whole collecting bullshit.
Well, so
what's your take on flexes versus collecting and flipping? I think you could reasonably argue that just wearing a Rolex is also a shitty investment, but people know you have a ton of money. If you got a bonsai tree in your digital estate, people know you've got a ton of money. If you got a CryptoPunk, people know you have a ton of money. At the end of the day, the flex carries weight.
Yeah, no, I hear that. The only reason that anybody knows that anybody has a CryptoPunk if they make a fucking video of it, like Mans. You know what I mean? How does anybody even know who has a CryptoPunk?
Yeah, so I think probably 95% of the people who have come on Top Shot are mostly just doing it because they think that they can make money. Probably more than 95%. That's too low. But I personally have some moments. At this point, Top Shot is special to me because of just kind of everything that has come from it. And I have moments that I will never sell just because they have sentimental value to me. And so for those I'm collecting, but for most of the NFTs that I go and buy, even though I'm joking on Twitter saying I genuinely like the bonsai trees, I mostly bought them because I knew I could make money buying bonsai trees. And why wouldn't I do it? But my CryptoPunk that I have, that's normally my Twitter profile picture, I probably won't sell because it's become some part of my personal. I mean, I have a price, but realistically, it would be probably more than fair market value.
Sure.
And so I think that there is a bit of that, but also I think there is like an absolute shit ton of speculation and just people gambling and enjoying trading alternative assets while they're locked inside.
I'm going to start a new tweet structure where I say, I genuinely think I can make money on the bonsai trees. Jack, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Good to see you guys. I'm excited for when's the match?
It's a week from Friday.
Okay. All right. How are we feeling?
Yeah.
Good?
Why don't you set the stage for us, Mike? Tell us what I know a lot of people know about the bet, but set the stage.
By
again
the
with
way,
parameters.
Federer is your name. He's not informed, so I don't know if I like that name choice. I would have gone with someone else, but all right.
He's an all-time great. It's representative. Don't worry about current events. I think Levitan should set the stage, and I say that because this is his third iteration of something like this. So he's kind of the old vet. I'm the newcomer here. I can talk about how I accepted his idea, but this is his game.
Yeah, I mean, I know I came here blasting off. Let me blast off again. Levy has fucking seen me play 2 goddamn matches. I've never seen Levy take one swing of a racket. I have no idea how athletic he is. I have no idea whether his forehand or backhand is better. I have no idea what his serve looks like. Is it a kick serve? Is it a flat serve? Or is it a cut serve? I have no idea. He has all this tape on me. Okay, so I did get a very good handicap, though. But we'll see how good he is. I will be leading 30 love on return games in the first set. I'll start with a 30 love lead. 15 love lead on service games in the first set. That'll flip in the second set, and we're just going to play the match out like that.
No deuce, right? Or there is deuce?
There on half the games there will be ads, and half there won't be.
Just to give you perspective on his athleticism, the last time we saw him on a basketball court, he was wearing jeans with holes in it. So I mean, should be feeling good about that.
That was a good.
No, Mike, those are not ripped jeans. Those are jeans with holes in them. There's a difference.
Levy, why don't you level the playing field? Go get your tennis racket. Let's see a few swings on air here. Let's add a little bit of film to the tape here.
Do you want me to actually get a tennis racket?
I do, actually. I want you to go get a tennis racket. I want you to give us a few practice swings on camera here.
Your racket should not be far away from you. It's almost match week.
It's downstairs. I'm in a house right now. I'm not in an apartment.
Yeah, we get it. You just bought a new house. Congrats. Go get your tennis racket.
Wait, did you guys talk about the house before I joined? Because all I see is people bitching about buying houses, and then he goes for one house tour and he's already moved in. So I wanted to hear how that happened so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. He somehow, was able to buy the bottom on NBA Top Shot, but then bought the top of the housing market. So I don't know how that works.
Nah, I heard he's using Flow Unity to lever up, and that's how he's paying for the house.
I thought it was money from the family buy-in to his Top Shot account.
It might have been.
Go ahead.
Well, before we get to the tennis, I'm not done with my getting the Top Shot stuff off my chest. Can I continue to go off on
please do.
Your anti-virgin rant? Is that what this is?
Yeah. Well, Jack, you missed my opening rant. You can scroll back and listen.
I got the thesis of it.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
I'm with you. I've been with you on that. And I'll even give credit to one person who will probably never get credit on the show ever again, Darren Rovell. He says the same shit, even about cards, right? Like, he loves collecting, but he's like, fuck that. Like, I have a price. Like, I'm not attached to these things. So if people didn't think they were getting it for the money, they were fibbing to themselves and to everyone they know.
Rovell would have been slobbing all over Top Shot if he got in November too.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Rovell's my nemesis.
Finish strong here, Levitan. Finish strong.
My second take is that I know Andy especially is very into crypto. And one of the biggest things for me that is a positive about crypto is decentralized nature. When you signed up for Top Shot, it is extremely centralized. Like, what happens to the price of your account depends a ton on decisions that Top Shot makes. Don't go and bitch afterwards about decisions that Top Shot made. You signed up for this. You signed up for the most centralized platform in quote unquote crypto I can think of. I wouldn't even really consider it crypto. I don't know if Andy would. It's so centralized. Every decision that they make affects your moments so much. So to me, to brush this off as I'm part of the new crypto wave. Well, it's run by the people at Top Shot. And I don't know very well the people at Top Shot. You guys probably know much better. I haven't followed it all about all our decisions. I know people are constantly bitching about decisions that Top Shot make. I can't take the bitching about decisions that Top Shot made. We signed up for decisions that Top Shot made. Am I right on that, Andy?
100%. Yeah, I think it's like interesting. You know, the conversation around what is centralized and what isn't is so interesting because like it really depends on kind of what you're concerned about. And so it's like, you know, Top Shot or an NFT collection can be decentralized in so much as it is on a decentralized blockchain. And so like, you know, the underlying technology that is powering the platform is decentralized. But like Top Shot in and of itself is never going to be decentralized. Like it is a company. You've bought into the collectibles that a company is creating on a decentralized blockchain, and that has some cool aspects to it, but you're 100% right. And like, I mean, Mike and I had these conversations forever ago saying like the biggest risk that we felt when we were buying in early on was like, we don't really know the people who work there. We don't know what they're going to do. They could really like screw us over. But we were like, you know, I think based on conversations on Discord and stuff, we're like, that's a risk we're willing to take.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. It's like you bought into that when you bought into the platform.
Yeah. I'm going to change my name to Top Shot Thought Leader. I like this suggestion here from Dave G.
Hey, stay away from my bits, Adam. I mean, we said that from the beginning when we started this show in January. We were like, we don't know where the roadmap is going. You're making bets on scarcity, and yet that scarcity could be blown up at any given time. And so we were making very concentrated bets. Like some of the best bets are obviously the most expensive ones too. It was like, well, the Cosmics, we have heard definitively that that's going to be that only set. That's probably a good bet. Limited run, only set, you know, the studs, like all of those things. But then on the other hand, people are like, don't talk about these expensive, higher price moments. We don't have access to them, which is a fair criticism. But it's also like, well, those are going to be the things that actually hold in value long term. So there was no easy way to do it. Everyone was excited about it, but then not everyone had the capital to pony up for the stuff that was going to really hold value well.
Oh, I see. I, for one, am shocked that the Tyler Harrow for 30K didn't hold value.
It worked out well for Davis, man. The one time he sold the top perfectly.
Oh God, it's so
well,
good.
that's the beauty of it all is looking back. And so my thesis, I'd be interested to hear Mike and Andy's as well. Coming in, I came in from cards, and I saw a lot of people making a lot of bets on, you know, Kyle Guy and fucking Cam Reddish because they were rookies. And that was the class that I was kind of around sports cards. So I was in sports cards. I bought into, you know, the Barretts, Drew Lock, Rui, high upside guys who all obviously fucking suck right now. But, and then so when I came to Top Shot, I was like, I'm just buying studs. And so if I had spent my money in way different ways, which was buying just fucking base moments in Series 1, during the run-up, that was actually the best way to do it, and that was not my thesis. But now that the market's kind of found its footing a little, like, yeah, the best players in the world hold the most value. And another key thing is, like, go check everyone's Instagram following. Like, that's huge because then it's the audience and the amount of people you can actually sell to. So, like, don't overthink it. Like, buy the best players in the world and take your risks with the rookies. Don't try and by Marcus Smart error moments, people, like, you know?
Yeah, agreed. As someone with a large amount of Pascal Siakam base moments,
right.
I would have done it differently if I had it to do over again.
So, I mean, honestly, that's kind of what I did from the start. I have relatively few moments relative to most other people on the leaderboard of the account values. And I have almost entirely stars and legendaries among my collection. And
we know, Mike.
No, but I'm saying I'd say it's done like fine relative to a lot of what Andy did. Like some of the more expensive things that I've bought over time are up, let's call it 30x. But whereas a lot of the $1 floor scrapers that Andy bought are up like 150 to 200x. And so maybe from this point forward, or from a point in time 3 months ago forward, the stars play was the optimal play. But there was a time when it was best to go away from the stars, actually, because the stars were recognized and everyone else cost $1.
Levitan,
that is also true.
What's your thought on them using a collector score as kind of the barometer for letting people into packs? Because there's so many collectors on the platform, obviously.
Yeah. Collectors.
Think about it. It's crazy.
I told the guys before you got on, I actually had the collector score to get on, and I haven't really been collecting at all. I don't really know how I had. I guess because I allegedly lost a lot of money, so they gave me a good collector score. Like, don't feel bad for me, man. Like, it's like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of rewarding people for losing. I don't know, but maybe that's the best play for their platform to like keep people involved. Like, these are all like decisions way above my head, but I guess my point is more just like, you know, we're betting a lot on if you're high on Top Shot, which I honestly, I may or may not be. I honestly don't know, but either way, like if you're betting a lot on Top Shot, you're betting a lot on them making the right decisions. Maybe this is a good one or not. With the collector score thing, I honestly have no idea.
Do you like books paying out John Rahm bettors?
So that's just like a simple EV calculation for them on how much the yard's worth versus how much the liability is worth. John Rahm was only like 10-1, and like he was big favorite in his matchups and stuff like that. So I doubt the liability was very much. And once DraftKings did it, DraftKings was the first one to do it. Of course, they all follow because they all look like shit if they don't follow. So yeah, that's kind of like a no-brainer for sure.
Yeah. Well, don't you think, I mean, we've now started to see these rumors about maybe some kind of cash back from the marketplace fees, which again, wouldn't you call that a PR EV calculation for Top Shot?
Shouldn't I would, if I was Top Shot, I would reduce the 5% market fee in a second. Like why do they need 5%? Isn't Flow printing?
If you were deciding between reducing from 5 to 3 versus charging 5 and then having an unexpected rake back to excite the market, which direction would you go?
Yeah, I know.
I think everyone would just forget that it went to 3% and no one would care, and everyone would resume their normal commentary.
Yeah, Phil Galfond tried this with his poker site. Instead of rake back, they do this splash the pot thing where like randomly it'll just like pop up on the screen and they'll just dump a bunch of free money into the middle of the pot that everybody can play for, and it's like giving money back to the ecosystem without actually giving rake back, you know. And like, yeah, I think that kind of stuff is interesting. You're probably right that people would forget about the 5 to 3% thing pretty soon. So yeah, if you're trying to drum up publicity, I guess so.
Yeah, well, I think what that allows for too, it allows for a couple things that I think is it's very good for Top Shot, maybe not quite as good for like the collectors in keeping the 5% and having like these random kickbacks. Is so I have to imagine, since they've added a non-withdrawable section to your Dapper balance, whatever they give you is non-withdrawable. So this is money that is they
already added that. Or that's
coming. So if you go to your wallet balance right now, like if you go to your Dapper wallet, underneath your balance it says non-withdrawable, and there's a 0 there. So I have to imagine whatever they give you will be non-withdrawable. So then what it lets them do is it lets them kind of pick and choose who are like the people who they want to give money to, and they can then create, you know, based on the collector score or whatever like system they're setting up, the people who they want to give this non-withdrawable balance to, where that money will be like best put back into the ecosystem. And they can kind of like keep it a little more enclosed and be a lot more selective with the money, whereas opposed to just like dropping the seller fees is going to just probably give more money to people who are selling to take that money off the platform anyways. So it's like not as great for people who want to sell stuff, but overall probably like a way for them to keep more money in the ecosystem.
Yeah. I have one more Top Shot take. We can get back to the tennis in a second. So one of the things that Levy and I talked about on the podcast was if Top Shot acquires another 10x customers, I think Levy's take was that would make the price of moments definitely go up. And I actually don't think I agree, because I do think that Top Shot's going to continue to acquire customers. I think Top Shot's an awesome idea. I think the execution on like the pack opening, the cards, having everything is really cool. I think society's going to continue to go digital. I'm just not sure that having more people on the platform means the price of moments are going to go up. I don't know where the prices are going to go, but I don't think it's a lock if they 10x their user base that the price of moments go up even 5x.
What do you think about the Series 1 moments? I think that like bottom barrel moments may stay at that level. I think we're reaching the point now where, you know, kind of mediocre players with high circulation counts are kind of hovering in that low level range. And I don't think a user base increase will necessarily help that. But what do you think about higher end or Series 1 type things?
Yeah, I mean, higher end though, I mean, how many people are actually ever going to pay 5 figures for a moment, like on Earth? Like, I don't think it's as many as you think.
Well, so I think
I agree that, but are you, I guess my question back to you, are you implying that because of the 10xing user base, Series 3 will 10x in moments? Or even if, like, let's just say they didn't release any more moments for the rest of the time, it was just Series 1, Series 2, and they 10x, you don't think that would be an increase in price?
Well,
That would, but how could Top Shot do that? They have to give people access to packs, and that's the whole thing. People come on, the Pez come on, they want to buy a fucking pack for $9, and then so yeah, they have to keep releasing packs.
Yeah, I think that to me the bullish case for, like, in a 10x user situation, the bullish case for like the really rare moments is that at that point it would mean a really, really large, like, mind share adoption of Top Shot as a collectible, not just as a like niche digital collectible, but as like a social media platform for the NBA, and that you would then potentially just like the kind of go back to the whole clout thing, where you can, be one of LeBron's 50 biggest fans by buying a LeBron Cosmic moment, and there's 50 people who would want to at the point where Top Shot is so massive that they have tens of millions of users. There are people who would want to pay $100,000, $200,000 for a really rare moment of a player to be one of their biggest fans.
I mean, you guys are all in the space pretty deeply. Like, why is sports betting so hot right now? Is because as the country continues to open up, obviously the industry is going to continue to grow. I think of it in a very similar way. Like, there's still people today who don't know where to get a bet down. They don't know what a money line is, which is crazy for all of us, obviously. But like, there's a large portion of the public that it's like that. And I think one day it could become way more commonplace, like, England and Europe and that stuff. So like, if Top Shot ever got to that scale where an NFT was just so obvious and it became the currency of the NBA, and you watched the NBA game and like it was constantly just talking Top Shot the way that Chuck and Kenny the Jet are talking FanDuel and betting, I think that, I mean, you're going to see a lot of value there, obviously.
Andy, do you think, obviously you're making a big bet on fractional stuff. When Top Shot is pumping, there's way more interest of everyone being like, oh man, I wish I could, go in fractionally on this moment. Obviously in a bear market, there seems to be less interest in that. Or do you think people through, highs and lows of markets are still interested in getting access to those moments if they can?
No, I think with collectibles, the fractional stuff will ebb and flow with the regular stuff. I haven't like really tracked that a ton on like, normal collectibles like Rally Road and Otis and stuff, or like Masterworks.
I have a buddy who is in on like 8 different Rally projects and has lost on everything. We lost on the fucking dinosaur. The dinosaur's down.
I thought the dinosaur couldn't lose.
Couldn't lose, but I mean, when I bought for the dinosaur, I thought I was buying a digital dinosaur, so I was pissed from the start that I was getting a real one.
I thought I saw a post where you said I genuinely like the dinosaurs.
Well, I do digitally.
But, I think it'll definitely still ebb and flow with everything. And a lot of that, like to me, most of the bet on like fractionalizing NFTs and stuff is that like over the next 10 years or so, everything basically is going to be an NFT in the long term, whether people realize it or not, they will be. And so like, it's not just for, valueless pictures of crypto punks or gifs of NBA players. It's for like a significantly larger share of like the global economy.
Mike, we're talking about fractional, but you just launched your new project. I had no idea this was even in the works. Tell the people about what you guys got going on over there, you and Arsenic.
So when I went to get my tennis racket, I could still hear you guys, and I did take note of Jack completely butchering the name.
I did, yeah. I realized it's called a Flow Unity.
I wasn't going to attempt it until Mike said it, lest I risk that same embarrassment.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, so it's a platform called Floaty. We've been working on it for a little while, and kind of where it came about initially was early in Top Shot, before you could even withdraw. There were a lot of people whose liquidity was really tied up in moments, and it was a very, very common ask among people to say kind of, hey, I'll give you collateral. Can I borrow, I don't know, $5,000 for a month? I'll give you, this, $20,000 worth of moments, and I'll send you $500 worth of Ethereum on top of that. And when I pay you back, give me my moments back. If I don't, keep the moments. And so it became pretty apparent that was something that would be in demand. And it has evolved from something where it's not because people can't withdraw anymore, but now I think that there are a lot of people who are in the same boat that Andy's in, and for one reason or another, don't want to sell their Top Shot moments or other NFTs. The platform's designed for any NFT on the Flow blockchain, and it gives you an opportunity to pull out some liquidity in the short term on a loan using your idle assets as collateral.
Ryan asking a question, because it is obviously built on Flow, is it borrowing Dapper, or what other currencies are available?
So it's a good question. So right now, it would actually use Flow tokens, but there are a few things underway from the Flow side of things to enable other options. That's out of our control, but should be coming along in a reasonable time frame, we'll say.
Another question from Plunge Father here. This is turning into a floaty FAQ, but let's do it.
Who controls the moment during the loan? It's locked in the equivalent of a digital escrow, so no one controls it. There are actions that happen at the end of a timeline that will dictate what happens with the moment. Basically, if the person who was borrowing the money pays back the principal and interest required before the end of the clock, the moment will automatically release to them. If they don't, it automatically releases to the lender, and that's it.
A couple more quick hitters here. Is this available to U.S. citizens?
So one of the limiting things right now is the accessibility of the Flow token to U.S. citizens. So there are a few things to work through. And so, yes, it will be. But, we may have to figure out some ways to make that happen. But, yes, the goal is for it to be available to everyone.
And one more here, not aliens control the moment. Is there a fee schedule for it?
So there will be a fee. Basically, think of it like a broker fee for us putting together lender and borrower. We've got to pay the bills. We're in the hole for some pretty big money right now for our developers. So we got to claw it back.
The family okayed this floaty investment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, They trust you. This guy banks a few Top Shots in CryptoPunks, and then the family lets him do whatever he wants with his money.
Jack, should we work on the name?
What were you saying to Jack, Mike?
I want to hear Jack deliver the name properly, and then Jack, there is some very light meaning behind the name. It's not too hard to figure out. Let's get there.
Floaty, Is that the name?
Yes.
I mean, you heard my attempt at it. I thought you were just combining Flow and Unity. I guess that's why I thought I called it Flow Unity.
So what does Floaty as a name mean to you?
Floaty. It means a lot to Emmanuel Quickly, but that's pretty much it.
All right. So part of the appeal here is to help people stay liquid and kind of stay afloat financially. So people wear floaties in the pool.
I mean, I tweeted it. I need liquidity at all times. So
we had
quickly as I can get levered up and lose everything, I'm fucking ready to go.
So we had one person in all of Twitterland who commented that he appreciated the levels to the brand name.
I think what you guys need is a branding promo image of Jack floating in a pool, and that it's like, thanks to Floaty, I'm finally liquid. I think that there's your promo.
So the way we're set up is, I don't know, the first thing is Andy can attest to about the blockchain tech and how all that works. Well, I know a few more things than I used to know, but Arsenic knows all about that world and web design and things like that. And he's very good at design things. So he's already mocked up some fun merchandise for us. So Jack, if you want to model for a potential floaty shoot and a little promo action, we can do that if you can get some time off from being head of winning at Underdog.
All right, I'm interested.
We can talk.
Always got to have good merch.
Yeah, the merch is good. I'll flash it on the screen before I rip a pack tonight.
Jack, is the Top Shot market back? I saw a thought leader tweet about the bounce, and you saying that the demise of Top Shot was greatly overstated.
So genuinely, because I don't want to be a fraud, like Levitan's called out a bunch of other frauds. Genuinely, not only was the rush of February the greatest euphoric feeling ever, but I could tweet anything, it would just be 150 plus likes. And so now I'm just firing tweets for that dopamine hit. But as per the Top Shot market, it seems like we found a little bit of our floor, which is nice. And I think it comes from consumer confidence, which is exciting. And I think, like you guys were just talking about, we were kind of putting, I said this too, like, you're betting on Top Shot as a platform. Like, you can't just look into specific moments and why you're buying them. You're literally betting on the platform becoming something. That's why we always said play the long game, hope that this becomes whatever it becomes. But now they're like, we're going to have a roadmap. Now they're like, this is how we're ending series 2. So I think everyone's just like, okay, this makes sense. I mean, you would talk about something that's dead. Crypto's dead as fuck. I mean, that shit is.
Ooh, shots fired. Andy, any thoughts?
Yeah, Andy used to be able to get 150 likes on any old Ethereum tweet, and now he's having to talk about bonsai trees just to get the likes.
That's the thing.
I'm having fun staying poor.
Crypto shit posting actually gets better engagement than when I feel like the market's up for crypto. So he's probably doing better.
Hang on, I gotta add
crypto Twitter is hilarious. I have to give crypto Twitter credit.
Wait. I need to ask Levitan. Where are more virgins, at the Bitcoin conference in Miami or Top Shot users? Where do you
Buddy, everybody at the Bitcoin conference is banging hookers, okay? No,
from what I heard, there were not a lot of virgins at that conference.
People at the crypto conference are actually rich.
Andy, I have to ask you about a part of crypto Twitter that I was a little slow to, that I just discovered this weekend because of his emergence as a brand. And as someone who has an alter ego character, I was very fascinated by Size Chad. I thought he was for sure like a bit, and he found like Google images of some guy. He actually exists. So will you just tell the people about Size Chad? Because I fucking love this guy.
All right. So this guy called Size Chad.
He
was on Up Only TV today.
So I gotta watch
Cobain, that. He's like a pretty big crypto Twitter account. He has a Twitch stream called Up Only TV, and Size Chad was on it today. I'm about 45 minutes into the episode right now, and so legitimately everyone thought that he was not a real person.
That's
like,
not a real person.
Like, look at that picture.
He looks like a character from like Simpsons or King of the Hill or something.
Yeah,
looks like American Dad.
Yeah,
but so he lives in Miami, and apparently he is just the coolest fucking dude, and everyone loved him, and like people just would not stop.
He did the famous meme.
That Size Chat is real.
He did the famous meme. That's great.
Yeah, and so in base, what the reactions I saw is most people from crypto Twitter assumed it was like an anon like character.
Yeah, I thought it was a fake person.
That's what
we follow each other, and I thought he was fake.
That's incredible. And is he like on the tech side? Is he a trader? Like, what is his actual involvement in crypto?
I think he just shit posts. Yeah, I don't think he has any real quality ad that he brings, but shit posting. But
isn't that the best thing to do?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I hope that's a viable thing to do. I'm actually banking on it. Congratulations!
I'm excited because I think he's going to be. So the next.
Can we get him on the show?
Twitter, I bet we could.
Oh,
but so the next big crypto Twitter thing is in. I don't think he's that big. I don't think he's that tall, I should say.
He's tall.
But the next thing is in Dubai, and so he apparently.
Is that real? I feel like you guys are all messing around. That's a real thing.
No, it's definitely real. I was actually looking at flights today, and so I'm excited to meet him in Dubai. It'll be fun.
Yeah, what is it? The Dubai thing is there's this one guy who's like staging crypto fights between personalities who dislike each other. Thing that happens in DFS but never manifests. So
this is very real. But there also is there are a couple levels to it. So basically, have you guys heard of the token YFI? The DeFi token
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
he told me to park my money there.
Yep.
Yeah, so
you told me to 10x lever on it. That's crazy.
I'm so sorry. So the creator of that token, he just makes a lot of projects. He'll just randomly launch shit all the time. And after YFI had so much success, people would just immediately ape. They would literally follow his contract, follow his Ethereum address. And then anytime he deployed a contract, they would just ape into it, no matter what it was. And so
that's like Levitan when he posts his cash game lineup.
and so he released this. He released a project. Did not announce it anywhere. it was just like someone found the contract that he deployed, and it seemed to be, it was like multiple contracts called Eminence, and it looked like it was like this online game type of thing, and there were like different clans, and you would like deposit die, and you could mint these like Eminence tokens, and you could do other stuff with those. And everyone's literally just like making up their own story on Twitter over the course. And he lives in South Africa, so he was asleep at this point. It was like nighttime for him. And so people are like making up this whole story of what this is and how he just got in so early. And then there was an exploit in the contract, and everyone lost all their money. And he woke up in the morning. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't tell you guys that this was like a legit thing." And there's a lot more nuance to it than that. But so
people hate him.
People were really mad. And so this one really popular Twitter account called crypto, or it's like 0x Messiah or something. His profile picture is like a Simpsons character.
Yeah.
He was tweeting one day about how he like legitimately like fucking hates him and wants to fight him. And he was like, "I want to fight you." And so this other guy, whose name is Mo, was like, I live in Dubai, let's put on a fight. And the other guy, Andre, was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm down." And then so the crypto Messiah guy is like, "Yeah, I'm down." And Andre goes, "Tell me what weight class and what how we're fighting. Let me know. I don't care. Just tell me what to do and we'll fight." Andre's brother is a professional MMA fighter and he's going to just beat the absolute shit out of this other guy. But apparently they haven't heard back from Andre about whether or not he's actually going to do it. But that is the origin of everyone going to Dubai. It's to watch this anonymous crypto trader who is really mad at Andre.
Wait.
The shit beat out of him.
You said you're actually looking at flights, but you also just said everyone's wondering if this guy's actually going to do the fight.
Oh, I mean, we're going to
They
Dubai
might go
no matter
either
what,
way.
but I don't think that fight's actually going to happen. I mean, like, I don't think that Andre can win in this because like he has trained with a professional MMA fighter, and so like.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Adam,
a great account.
How many promised boxing matches have we seen in the DFS world that have never materialized?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. The fight won't happen. There's been at least 10 DFS fights that never went down for sure.
I don't know if you guys know Blue Kirby, but I'm supposed to box Blue Kirby when we're there.
Will you actually
have
box
met him.
if you go?
I would do it. I mean, so he's in good shape, but I'm also like 6 inches taller than him. And so I think I have a bit of a reach advantage, but I don't think either of us have any fighting
You're
experience.
6 inches taller than him?
Yeah, he's 5'6".
I was going to say, like, I was just with you this weekend. You're not short, but that's a small person.
I don't
He's
know.
actually pretty jacked, but yeah, we're like comparably strong, but I have 6 inches and probably 60 pounds on him.
Andy, I have a question for you. I can't keep up with any of this shit, but when I can't keep up, I ask you what's going on. What's up with Dubai and France and like this joke and why are we wearing couches now and what are these nouns? Who do you ask what's going on, or do you somehow just like follow all of this?
Andy's the one who knocks.
So the trick is to have horrible attention span and always have Twitter open. And then be in about 700 unique Telegram and Discord groups. And somehow,
I feel like I've no idea what's going on.
Yeah, like
I've been using Texts HQ, and so now all my DMs are all in one app. Cannot recommend enough. I was able to get an invite code. I beg on Twitter for an invite code. It's worth it.
Do what I did, slid right into their DMs, told him I was an influencer, and he said, "All right, I'm sold." I sent Levy a screenshot of it earlier today. I'm not joking. I had one of the most productive days I've ever had today, and it was my first day with that text services, and I don't think it was a coincidence. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's seriously so nice. But all it does is it just is like a.
I made a thumbnail and.
Speaking of being in Discords, because I check them from time to time and I got to bounce. So this is just like me starting the pod and I can't wait to hear all of you guys talk about it. But I saw in the OTM Discord that girldad is apparently a pump and dumper. So I'm just going to leave everyone with that and you guys can take it from there.
Well, I mean, this doesn't really work if we don't know the context of the story. I've never even.
I figured that at least Mike saw it. So girldad,
I did.
Yeah, he's smash the floor guy and pump up the market, all that stuff. And apparently, his way of smashing the floor is buying a Zion moment, saying if 2 more people buy the moment, you smash the floor. And then after that happens, he undercuts them and sells for like a gain. So Yeah, I'll listen to whatever you guys think tomorrow. I gotta go though. Much love.
All right, Jack. Also,
Enjoy.
Jack reminded me last time we do have a underdog.
Code Pete.
No, we're just telling you to smash the over on Kawhi and Jordan Clarkson. I actually referenced them with ETR's projections. They were both off by 3 points.
Oh man,
so there you
Oak.
go. If it doesn't work, Adam actually encourages complaining and blame their projections.
Professor, dude, we're looking good on props tonight. We had the Embiid over on rebounds, and we had the Maxey under on points, dude. The prop stuff in the playoffs has been great.
Yeah, let me just get this up on the screen for anyone who wants to tail with us tonight. I will get this up here. The payout, the 2-leg parlays pay 3-1. I believe ETR had Kawhi at around 30.5 points and Clarkson at around 22.5. So the overs there looking nice if you guys want to tail us tonight on Underdog. That game kicks off here in about 15 minutes. Yeah, what's the deal with this girl dad? Because he has the whole thing on Twitter about smashing the floor. It seemed like he was just a Robin Hood, buying up all these cheap moments as a true collector.
So first, Professor Oak had a great comment about girl dad. I think that was noteworthy. Secondly, so I don't know everything about this situation, but basically the controversy came today because girl dad is sort of outspoken on Twitter. And he often talks about good buying opportunities, good selling opportunities. Well, less so good selling opportunities. Good buying opportunities, what his overall strategy to the market is. He'll put up screenshots of his purchases. And I think overall he's a pretty critical thinker. He's genuinely pretty transparent and honest. The one thing that I think maybe some people were upset about today is he talks a lot about buys. And actually, I was talking to someone about this. So I said he buys loudly and he sells quietly, which I think could be problematic for some people because he talks about buy. He encourages people to buy, and then he's quietly selling on the side. And even
isn't that the literal definition of a pump and dumper? Buying loudly and selling quietly.
Yeah, I mean. I think I don't know enough about the situation. I've chatted with him a bunch. I think he's a good dude overall. So I don't think he's got bad intentions. He always talks about the fact that you can literally follow his account on Moment Ranks and own the moment. I think you can follow some of these accounts and see everything he's doing. But if I were in that position where I was talking a lot about buying and putting up screenshots of purchases and recommending people buy the floor and things like that, I would be more open about when I'm looking to sell, just because I can imagine if someone uncovers a situation like that, it doesn't look great. So yeah.
The expectation in any market where there's a lot of money to be had is people are going to be fucking grinding. People are going to do slimy shit. I don't know this guy at all. I don't know the deal at all, but that's just my baseline expectation in anything that I play, anything that I do, anytime I put money up, there's going to be people out there trying to do slimy shit. It's just like that it's all in the game. Are you really gonna be pissed at this guy?
What are you worried about for our tennis match? What kind of slimy shit you think I might get up to?
Yeah, exactly. Not giving me a swing. Let me see a swing.
Yeah, let's go.
I've been holding this racket like a jackass for like half an hour.
Yeah, let's see the swing. The people want the swing. It's Chekhov's racket.
Before the swing, I have a fun designed racket.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh God, is this a regulation racket?
Is this an Americana racket? That's so cute.
Yep.
So your name is Federer, and you're showing off your Americana racket here?
It was inspired by Jack Sock. He played with this racket and won U.S. Open.
Okay, let's see the swings. Let's start with a forehand.
I'm not going to break my house. I don't know how much room you think I have back here.
Levy said we have zero tape on you. It's time we at least see how fluid your stroke is.
I spent maybe 300 characters. More, 300 words even, describing my tennis style, my approach, my experience in a chat with several seasoned bettors who all know Levitan and none of whom know me, who then went ahead and set the line. So I feel like Levitan's in a comfortable position here.
I like Nick Smith's comment in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, I already pulled that up.
What did it say?
Yeah, you bought a Trump.
I know. So okay. So I bought this. I bought this before it was bad to like America, and now it's bad to like America. So it's not great, to be honest. I have to be a little bit shy about it, but it was. I bought this when it was cool to like America.
All right. So can we just see some kind of a swing? I know you don't have a lot of stuff, but can we just see something?
I mean, I don't know. Sure, I can get I didn't get a ball before. I should have got a ball. I could like bounce it a few times. Do we want that?
Yeah, go get a ball.
Let me see if my wife will bring me a ball.
Turn the camera around. Let's just get it like a little. Come on, we just want to see a little stuff here.
I feel ridiculous.
You shouldn't. No, this is completely natural.
All right, I'll do a backhand and try. I have an uplift desk. Sorry, it's like a cheap desk. Sorry if this is a flex. I'm moving down my desk right now. I'm sorry, people. I'm a man of the people. Okay, here we go. Okay. I have a one-handed backhand, which is kind of fun. And this is roughly what the backhand looks like. Okay, it's like that, and then I go like that.
Okay. Levitan, what's the next stroke you would like to see?
Well, just from that right there, I think I'm in big trouble.
Okay. Levitan's been angling for the people to think he's in big trouble for weeks now, so he gets more attractive lines.
Yeah, if anybody out there wants Levy, I'll take some plus 120, 125, slide on in.
There's no reason to think the line has moved. Just the collective population should understand that.
Mike, are you still taking action?
Absolutely.
So both of you're saying have not.
Yeah, but I'm not asking for juice on my side. I don't need plus 120. I'm going even money.
Okay.
Believe in yourself.
What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
I believe it's a fair line. I'm not trying to get any more aggressive. Yeah. What's
the best way to get a hold of you guys if people want to get a bet down with you?
DM the floaty Twitter account.
Are you serious? You're trying to preserve your own Twitter DMs?
I'm trying to get more people to follow Floaty. This is classic marketing. Come on.
We can just tell people to follow Floaty. You don't have to have poor Arsenic getting 1 million tennis bet requests in there.
I'm on Twitter duty. He does like the intense tech stuff. I do like the basic entry level things.
You can, if you want me to just plug Floaty, you can just ask. But there you guys go. Follow Floaty.
What do you guys think about What do you guys think about the design, the logo, and what do you guys think?
Yeah,
be honest.
It's clean. I like it.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know shit about that kind of stuff, but
I will say that I read it. Maybe it's just from being on the internet too long. I read it as like Flo, thank you. Initially was how I read it. But I do like the branding.
We'll have to make a little like logo with the pool floaty to make it clear.
I'm telling you, you put Jack in there on a little baby's head and you're printing. Is there, man? Yeah. So we now have, you guys have just thought of every product coming out of here. You can fractionalize your stuff and then you can loan them out. I mean, Adam, I think I need to come up with some crypto company. I mean, at this point,
buddy, listen, you're not getting off the hook here easy. Come up with something. You parlayed a NFT drop of physical man's coins into quitting your fucking job. I mean, you printed off like 20. You print off the drop. And the next thing you know, you're quitting your job. I mean, let's connect. Let's tell the people what really happened here. Connect A to B to C.
Yeah, I would say correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation with that one. And also stay tuned tomorrow, 6-9 hump day, big day, few announcements coming from Mans. Some utility finally going to be announced for the true collectors that generally like it. Andy, I think you're going to like what you get. Mike there too. You know, not everyone, 2 people on this stream supported Mans on that drop. You know what the other person was doing on that stream? No. That was you, Adam, muted buying horsies during Mans's big moment.
Dude, that was really.
Talk about LBJ Goat.
That was really stressful. Yeah, we should talk about that. But yeah, that was really stressful. But I'm glad I did that because I've actually Zed's been so fun, man. I mean, I don't like. I think there's some centralized problems there too, just like Top Shot. But unlike Top Shot, I honestly feel like it's like straight fun racing and trying to win money and trying to get the right horses to fuck each other. It's just like it's just fun.
So yeah, tell it because what it sounds like is this is actually a family activity for you now. The kids all gather around the laptop and watch these races.
Yeah, and to be fair, the kids like ripping packs too. Like I get some Pez packs for them, and they rip them, and so yeah. They like it too. But yeah, they like watching the horse. They know my best horse, Today's Favorite. They're always asking me how Today's Favorite's doing. So yeah, it's a family affair. All
right, Andy, tell the people what happened with your horse.
So the day that we had that stream, I also aped into some Zed horses, and I like bred a bunch. And my plan was just like, okay, I raced one of them, and it was pretty shit. And I was just like, I'm gonna hold the rest and not race them, and then eventually sell them. And then after a while, I was like, I bought into a soon to be announced like Zed horse DAO, where I'll be like, so I like bought into that, and I was like, okay, that's enough exposure to Zed horse for me. I'll sell off some of my other stuff that I was never gonna race, and so I sell off this one horse, LBJ Goat. Shout out LeBron James. And I was just like going about the normal work day, and then I got a message on Twitter from someone I didn't follow saying like, hey, you should delist your other horses right now. And I was like, wait, why? Like, what's going on? And they're like, hey, you just sold one of the better horses on Zed. And I was like, oh shit, what did I do? But at end of the day, so it seems like LBJ Goat's numbers have gone down. There was a period of time where after like 20 races, they had won like 40% of the races or some stupid number. But now they're down to a 13% win and 22% place, 30% show, which is still pretty solid.
So hold on, before you go further, Andy, I can make you feel better. I made Andy DM me about this, and I made him feel bad. But as I said to Andy, as the horses move up in class, and we don't have to get into this. I know this is in Club Z or whatever, but like if you have a good horse, it's going to get to class 1, and you're not going to be able to get it out of class 1. LBJ Goat has a negative 7.9% ROI in class 1 races, has run 106 races in class 1 and has a negative 7.9% ROI. So like, if your horse is stuck in class 1, it could be a really good horse. You're stuck in class 1. If you're not good enough to beat the other best horses, you're still in trouble. So like there's a lot of risk in racing horses for sure. If you do hit a horse that can win in class 1, and I only have one of them right now that wins at class 1, it's winning at a really small rate. But then it's obviously great if you expect the prize pools to increase and everything. You can race anytime, anywhere against any horse and expect to be profitable. And so, you could try to like get 100 horses and find maybe one that can win in class 1. So it's really hard. So, but anyways, bottom line, Andy, you shouldn't feel bad. Looks like LBJ Goat. Like I would not pay a lot for this horse right now. It's not a winner in class 1. Doesn't look like.
Wow.
So I have so many questions about this class movement. So my first question is, if you don't have a winning horse in class 1, is there any incentive to keep racing it?
Yeah, there's a point system. 12th place, you get -4, and then 11th place, you get -3. If your points go down enough, you get dropped to the lower classes. So if you get like dead fucking last, 11th, 10th, you'll get dropped down to class 2.
So assuming this works the way it seems like it does, if you don't have a horse that wins in class 1, doesn't everyone kind of converge on the same win rate? The same way like in most like the shooting video games, like most people converge roughly at like 1 kill death ratio because you move up and down in skill-based matchmaking until you're. Yeah,
there's strategy in which races you register for, at what distance you register for, who you race against, and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of strategy that goes into it. And so you can control, I think, to some degree where your horse is. Like I try to keep my horses when I can in lower classes by racing them at higher stakes stuff, by racing them sometimes in races that maybe not be their preferred distance. I mean, I'm the Bob Baffert of virtual seaman and virtual company. Yeah, there you go, Derek. Yeah, exactly.
I was going to go the other way. I didn't realize you were such a Zed horse virgin. I really didn't know that you were this deep into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not out here pumping my bags on Club Zed. You know what I mean? I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it in the shadows.
Levitan has like detailed analysis on the horses. It's fantastic, actually. My other question about the horses is, so Andy, this good Samaritan on Twitter who told you to delist your other horses, is that how the system works? That if you have like one good offspring, it's like indicative that your horse breeds well?
No one knows what the breeding algorithm is. Somebody, and I told this to you guys, somebody way smarter than me is going to solve the breeding algorithm and fucking print. If you can figure out exactly what makes 2 horses that fuck virtually come up with a good horse, you have a printing press on your hands.
Yeah, so I had listed the father of that horse, which was Club Top Shot Hot Horse.
Wait, that was actually the name?
I named it that.
Oh, okay. Because you bred it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then but the other horse is actually one that I contributed to the horse DAO that I'm joining. So I still have some exposure to one of the parents there, which is nice.
The fuck's a horse DAO?
It's a conglomerate of people who all own a stable of horses, and we all contributed a non-trivial amount of money to this stable of horses.
Will they all be stored in one stable, the Dow stable, or you're gonna have a few different ones?
I think it's all going to be stored in one. I'm not like managing the DAO by any means. There's some other people who are more active who are doing that. I'm basically more so an LP and helping out where I can.
So Adam, how often are you racing? Basically every day?
Yeah, I mean, when I have a second, I'll just throw. I mean, I have this one horse that's really good. I can throw it in any race, any class, any time, and it's making money. So, like, if I have a second, I'll just throw it in 3 races and check back later how it did. You
don't even sweat it anymore.
No, I don't watch the race. I think they can do a lot of improvement on the actual sweating of the races, and so right now, I know.
The big question is, can the horses run in a circle yet?
Nope, straight line only.
Wow. I mean, the day that they launch that, I mean, whew, that's going to be a big
they don't go like all the way around a track. They just go point A to point B in a straight line.
Correct.
The beauty of the metaverse. You don't have to go in a circle. You have infinite space.
You're not constrained by space, yeah.
I heard it was a developer hurdle that they weren't able to hire good enough coders to make them go in a circle.
Turn left.
I want to ask Levy a little bit more about the tennis. So how much have you been playing?
I've been playing about twice a week.
Yeah, and you've been playing matches, or
just before this?
Are you been playing matches, or are you getting coaching, or just hitting, or what?
I've been playing matches largely. I haven't had that much formal prep for our match. The way I noticed you put out a tweet looking for people to play you in the exact same structure as our match. I've been just going out and getting reps, trying to get back in shape. I was very out of shape. I still am out of shape. I had McDonald's for dinner last night. I know. I'm doing everything I can, but like Jennings style.
Yeah, I mean,
and so it hasn't been like formal, like just drill forehands, drill backhands, just like getting reps and playing, and like trying to get back into it.
Yeah.
And what are you? I think you're doing more structured training than I am.
Yeah, I am, but I've played maybe 3 or 4 sets now with the terms of our match just to get a feel for it. And yeah, I mean.
How's that going?
30 love's a lot, man. That's all I got to say. 30 love is a big hole to start in for sure.
I agree. I actually have a few terms questions for you. Term question 1, in the no ad games, is the receiver picking which side they receive it on? That's traditional in tennis. I don't know what your preference is. We can maybe let the chat decide. I don't really care.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just assumed it would be deuce side, but no, I don't care. Either one.
I'd say it's normal tennis for the receiver to choose, but
okay.
I don't know. We can ask that little chat we're in also what the general consensus is.
That's fine.
What do you want to do in terms of tennis balls? But if we get to like 3 sets, by the end of the 3rd set, the balls are like shots. Do you want to just do new balls at the beginning of each set?
Sure.
Okay. Will you provide balls, or should I bring? There's kind of a tennis ball shortage. It's not that easy to get them right now.
I'll try to get them. I'm actually getting my racket restrung right now, which is a little bit risky so close to the match, but I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. I'll pick up some balls too.
Where do we have the location?
Since I didn't have my entire net worth in Top Shot, I can actually afford some balls for this match.
I know. I'm cash poor. I can't buy them.
That's the hard part of the withdrawal.
My last question is. My last question is, what are we doing stream-wise? We need some like real camera work here. We should start finding someone to help us out with that.
Yeah. So I have a feeler out to one guy I know in Philly who I think might be able to do it. I'll ping him tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. Like, Pete Overzet probably knows better than me. Like, can we? Like, I don't think the club we're playing at is going to have great Wi-Fi. Can we stream to YouTube on LTE? Is that going to work?
I mean, yeah, I would use a StreamYard, and you can stream, basically just how you would have done it on Periscope, but you do it through StreamYard. Someone streams it from their phone, and then you pick what YouTube channel you want it to go to.
Are you busy that day, Overzet?
The 18th is actually my wife's birthday, so yes, I am not going to be streaming your guys' tennis match that day. Probably, I said probably. No.
Maybe your wife's interested in joining you.
I really doubt it. I will.
What if she has a lot of money on the match and you just don't know it?
Yeah, she once she saw Mike's MAGA backswing, she's all in on Levitan.
It was interesting, very divisive backhand. Some people are like, "Oh, it's over. Levitan's got this." Some people said, "I've got it," or minus 750. It was interesting.
That's why I wanted to see some tape finally on you, because I knew it could potentially move the betting markets a bit.
Levitan, if it makes you feel better, I've watched like 20 seconds of your clip, and I haven't watched any frying pan. I've only watched against Brandon Adams.
Yeah, well, frying pan was a whole other thing altogether. I'm trying to get out of my head. One of the things I'm working with my sports psychologist is removing that match from my head.
Are you doing a primed mind course these days, Adam?
Yeah, Fedor is calling me once a week.
It's pretty interesting. My wife's a psychologist. I should look into this.
There you go. There you go. Our guys from the Discord, feel free to hop on in a bit here. We can open up some of those MGLE packs. Let's see. Was there anything else here going on? We've covered Zed. We've covered Top Shot. We've covered tennis. Andy, what do we have anything in the crypto markets? You know, Andy's corner, Andy leaks alpha. What do you got going for us these days?
Nothing crazy. The market got a little crushed today, but nothing too bad. I've been messing around with a couple yield farms, but nothing too out there. It feels like right now it's a little bit of a lull, kind of in general. Good time to, if you have a bunch of random shit coins that you own, maybe consolidate back to stuff you feel a little more strongly about. But
I think the question that everybody wants, that all the noob or the dolt question, like what I would ask Andy is like, if you believe the technology is going to win, but you don't want to fucking day trade a bunch of shit coins and deal with doing a lot of like tech stuff back and forth and all this, what would you do? Just, hey, I want to bet on this stuff winning. What should I buy?
I would probably. So I saw a tweet about Bitcoin Miami, and they were basically saying the only 3 coins that anyone there was talking about were Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I personally do not. I only own Ethereum out of those 3 at right now, but that's mostly just my own personal bias. But I would say it would make a lot of sense, kind of based on like the current market caps of those projects, to make weighted bets on those, like, you know, accordingly. Bitcoin the most, and Ethereum, and then maybe like a little bit of Solana, just kind of as a, who knows, it seems like a cool project. They just announced they're raising like $450 million or some crazy number.
I was told it was the summer of Solana after all.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of Solana summer news. But generally for me, what it is SBF, the founder of FTX Exchange, is a gigabrain and going to be the richest man in the world in like 10 years if I had to bet on it. And he's a big Solana guy. I would not choose to bet against him in anything. Yeah. So that's like my main bull thesis for Solana is SBF wants it to go high, and so it will go high.
Oh God.
I was just gonna say, I love that the Miami Heat's arena is now in the FTX arena. Like, that is like way before I thought anything like that could happen. Like, it's actually amazing.
Yeah, and that's the guy too. Yeah. There's the crypto memes of him at his desk, and he has like the 20 monitors and just like, you know, empty Gatorade bottles, and it's always like, this is what human peak performance looks like. And yeah, he's like this already like the 3rd richest guy in crypto right now.
Yeah, and he was like, I mean, he was a billionaire when he was like 28 or something, some crazy thing. He was the 2nd largest donor to Joe Biden. But he also like apparently is just like a genuinely nice dude and like very thoughtful and seems like a nice guy. Everyone who at the conference this past week was saying he was super cool to just like talk with and stuff, and would take pictures with everyone. So he seems like a pretty normal dude outside of being like really, really, really fucking smart.
One more quick question here before we bring on our VIPs here. Michael was asking, did you guys see this stuff about the government seizing Bitcoin? I actually didn't get to read into it. Did anyone have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was like people got really worried about it because they thought that like the government had hacked Bitcoin, which is just not true. Odds are that, so like there was this, I don't know all the details, but essentially like there was like this, I guess it's basically like ransom style situation where someone paid a couple $1 million of Bitcoin, and the feds were able to track down kind of where that went and who had it, and they got the Bitcoin back. And for some reason, people got really worried that Bitcoin was like hacked or something, which it's hilarious that someone would think like in order to do that, they would basically have to hack like some of the most used encryption protocols in the entire world. And so to think that they would like waste their one time where they could do that and surprise everybody would be for like $4 million of Bitcoin is a little silly. But yeah, it was like honestly not news, but people made it into way more than it was.
There you go. All right. We got our friends here. We got Chris. We got Matty. How you guys doing?
Good. Good to see you guys.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing? Nice
Chris,
to
how
see
you
y'all.
doing? Oh, you're a little delayed for us there. You mentioned you were on the sister's Wi-Fi there. Wow, you got the mans. That's how you endear yourself to the host. Looking good there. And you do share a name with Chris Conley, another friend of the show. You're the second Chris Conley on the show. Oh,
That's
no,
true,
Chris.
but I'm the first. I'm a little bit older than he is.
Chris, you are
working.
giving David Kitchen a great homage here with your internet connection. This might be a little rough, Chris. I'm going to let you check in on your internet here. Matt, you're new, or you just figured out how to work the Discord. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Somehow managed to sign up a few months ago and not realize that there was a hidden chat that I wasn't in all this time. I figured, all the references to VIPs were somehow just flying right over my head. Keep looking in the Discord, couldn't find it. Lo and behold, log into the YouTube, find the one little button to connect them, and there we go.
That probably reflects more on my communication and organization than you. So I apologize for that, Matt. And it's glad that we could make it up to you and have you get in the club tonight. And I hear you secured one of these MGLE packs.
Sure did.
There you go. Excellent. So are you, is it going to be a hot NBA Top Shot summer? Are you feeling better about things now?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly never really felt that bad. Not too much about the whole thesis of the play really changed that much to me. I feel like a little sheepish, I think, about where I bought in is really my only regret. But I mean, other than that, I still think it's a pretty incredible product. I mean, the NBA is backing it. Like, I don't think it's really going to go anywhere anytime soon. Just sort of wish I hadn't been pumping all that money in February right at the top, thinking that we were still on an upward trajectory there.
There is a question in the chat that I do need you to answer. Are you one of the Property Brothers?
That is actually hilarious because my wife thinks that I look exactly like one of them. I don't know either of their names, but
aren't they twins? So you only look like one of them? All right.
I feel like I think they're fraternal twins. Actually, I don't know if they're identical, but yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not, nor do I own any property. So,
but you own basketball gifts, and some would say that's even better.
Much better, yeah.
I have two questions for you. What's your lean on the tennis match?
Ooh.
After seeing the racket, I'm pretty firmly in Levitan's court.
Okay. And how tall are you? You come off pretty tall in the Zoom.
I think it's because I have my laptop pointed back up. So I'm a solidly average 5'10". If I'm
wow. I don't want to take it over 6'1". No problem.
I'm with Mike. I would have thought you were 6'3". Let's see it, Andy. How tall are you here?
Do I look tall now?
Honestly, like not as tall as Matt still.
Yeah, I haven't perfected my
Matt has a nice length of neck. I think that's what does it. Yeah, it's a good length neck.
And Matt, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes, the VIPs come on here and Mike has already started digging through your Top Shot account. Do you want to get out ahead of it and tell him kind of what your collection looks like? Because he will find out.
Yeah, it's a lot of base Series 2 and a couple assorted Series 1. I think there's a Paul George Series 1 MGLE in there that I probably am the top sale on. So it's not looking too pretty, but we have some hope. I think we have some hope. A nice tray Series 1 low serial. So not all bad.
There you go. Trey, I mean, are his moments starting to move a little bit? I mean, he's having an incredible playoffs from what I hear.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, I think, actually, I think one of you guys mentioned this on one of the streams a few months ago, and I wish I had considered that before making a lot of my purchases. But a lot of what I bought were the low or better serial number moments, and when you mentioned, those are just always going to be more difficult to move, and so that's kind of where I got a little bit stuck too, is buying and selling and trying to move out of some positions. So I have this tray, which I thought was a great buy, series 1, that's the series to be in, right? And low serial, but definitely took a sharp nosedive in value and also isn't exactly flying off the shelf. But I think, yeah, in general, probably the series 2 base are up a little bit, yeah.
And what's your strategy going forward? Just hold?
Yeah, hold. I might try to sell 1 or 2 of the larger purchases I made just to get a little bit more dapper balance. I'm sure I'll add a little bit more in as we go along, but I don't know. I mean, I think what Jack was saying was kind of my thesis at the beginning too, was I was trying to level up a bit by some moments I thought were underpriced. I was successful at flipping a lot of the base series 2 when everything was hot, but I was trying to get into the Lucas, the Stephs, where I thought, would be the places that held the most value moving forward. So I think that's kind of still what I'm thinking, but also just trying to find cool moments that I wouldn't mind having. Then, wouldn't be disappointed about when they inevitably, dip and,
So who ended up getting MGLE packs? Obviously, Matty. I saw Mike got one. Andy, did you get one?
I forgot to enter the queue.
How rich.
I was doing something, and all of a sudden it was like 6:04, and I opened Twitter, and it's just all screenshots of people's queue placements. And I was like, oh, fuck.
People get irritated by that. I like the screenshots, and they're funny.
I got in on the first queue, and then it was delayed, and I forgot to come back. So I missed it. Someone said that was a big bear signal from Top Shot. But trust me, I'm tilting. I want it. I think it's time to open some packs. We got Mike and Matt here. Let's do this, guys. Yo, what up? It's DJ Pete over Zat. Welcome to the club. We didn't think things were going to get popping tonight, but it's about to get lit. Behind door number 2, it's a 3-pointer. 1325, Kevin Durant.
That's going.
We're going to get a LaMelo. We're going to get a Luka. We're going to get a LeBron. Click the reveal. Let's go. God damn it. I don't need another layup. To the window. To the wall. The De'Aaron Fox stripped down my ball. 293 assists. 293. Everybody get their drinks. Let's get a cheers tonight before we open up these nice packs. Cheers, Matty. Thank you for being in the club. And I do need to alert you that our guy Clay has already memed your Top Shot bro or property bro appearance. So it's already a thing here. Let's see. Let's go to the tape. So here's Matty G, and there's the Property Brothers. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good there. So that's what happens. You come on here and you get memed, Matty.
There are worse things in life than being memed by a very successful TV personality. So appreciate it.
There you go. All right, Mike or Matty, who wants to do the Chrome share first?
Let's see Mike's.
Let's do it, Mike.
So while I have the spotlight for just a moment here, I want to thank all of you for not rubbing my nose in the pile of shit that was my first appearance ever on Club Top Shot, which was me spending probably 10 or 15 minutes explaining why Jokic has somewhere near a 0% chance of ever winning an MVP. And lo and behold, this season, he did what he did. And today it was solidified, and you all have very kindly not brought it up. So thank you very much. And now I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that very much so.
Those were the good old days back in January, back when we were all young and in love. And now we're jaded, looking to get divorced, move on to our second and third marriages, bonsai trees.
I made an offer to Andy before the season that if Jokic wins an MVP in any of the next 5 seasons, I'll give you a LeBron MGLE. If he doesn't, you give me a LeBron MGLE.
I didn't take it, for the record. I said that was
Didn't
a bad
take
deal.
it. Didn't
And
take
was.
it.
It was a bad deal.
Wow, what a nit, Andy.
All right, is this working?
We're about to find out here. Okay, it's looking good.
Can you guys see this? Do you guys want to see the floaty merch?
Oh, yes. Well, we cannot
you
see
see
it,
this?
but yes, we do want to see the floaty merch.
I can only share that one window. Is that how this works?
The Chrome tab. God, I love this. Is
So, do you know what a tab is? So, like when you go on Chrome, you have a bunch of different tabs.
But
Yeah,
the
and
merch
so you
is not in a
shared
tab.
one-
It's in like a PowerPoint.
yeah. I was brought on this
that's
earth to
totally
explain this. The only way to have the audio is to use the Chrome tab. So if you're in a single Chrome tab and we're looking at NBA Top Shot, we're not going to see your little PowerPoint pitch deck for floaty investors.
It's just merch. All right, no merch. No
If you
merch.
don't actually have flotation little things for
obviously
merch,
that's coming. Come on.
all right. I don't think it was until I said something.
Can I share my Discord screen? Is there a way to do that?
No, just open the damn pack, Mike.
All right.
It's getting
No,
late.
all right, here we go. All right, so the obvious prize here is the Kevin Durant moment. It's the team play where they pretended to be the Harlem Globetrotters for a hot minute. But the cool one is the Terrence Ross one, I think, because he announced his own play, and that was a pretty dirty dunk. So I'd be fine with either of those. And here we go.
Let's do it. See if we get some new house pack luck here for Mike. I mean, Lord knows he needs it. Ooh.
Nice.
Welcome to the club. We got the property bros up in here tonight.
Break.
All right, Matt, what number?
5. Let's see it.
Common 39154. DeMar
All right,
DeRozan.
Classic mid-range jumper.
Classic, exactly.
Love a good bottom 5% number too.
All right, 11-10.
4.
Common 37337. Jordan
Sixth man of the
Clarkson.
year. Sixth man of the year.
We got his over tonight.
Ooh. Oh,
That was weird.
the actual shot was bizarre.
What the hell?
Andy?
6. Oh,
7421.
I'm gonna be honest.
Wow.
I don't know who that
I don't know who this is.
Wow. I never even heard of this guy.
Named after Ezekiel Elliott.
That was the only other Zeke I knew.
Yeah. All right. Over's it.
2. 3702.
Trey Lyles.
That's pretty nice.
Not bad. 11 under. All right.
Save the best for
We're
last.
hoping for the wedgie moment here. Top
Yeah, let's
shot.
get a wedge.
Boys.
19051.
Mason Plumlee. Top shot Jamie. All right,
Not
we'll
gonna
watch
watch
it
it.
then.
You know, Plumlee's just a
Ooh,
hot
look at this
machine.
play, actually.
Look at that's
was
that's someone
fun.
who grew up watching and one mixtapes right there. I used to do that hot sauce one.
All right, here we go.
Dallas Mavericks 248. Josh Richardson. Look excited, Mike.
I'm watching the play.
everyone-
I want to see how excited.
This one's fun. I like this one a
Someone put
lot.
this up on Twitter tonight. I love this. Yeah. Watch Richardson the whole time. The
How
last
does it
thing
feel
went-
to have opened the least improved player?
I like that. The Richardson jump.
That's a companion to the wedgie, right? You got the toilet bowl and in the wedgie moment.
Did
Yeah,
you
that
make
was a fun one.
Did you make $24 on that pack, or are you gonna rent collect it and get your 40 out?
No sales. So my Alxo, my Top Shot rival, I guess. He posted that on Twitter today. It's a fun one. That play.
Matt, I mean, you got to do better than that, buddy. All right.
Yeah, it's a low bar. Let's see if we can clear it.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to do our trademark walk-off pack here. So I want to thank Adam for swinging by Adam, we already plugged ETR's NBA projections. You revealed yourself to be the Zed horse savant. What else you got going on?
No, I just encourage anybody who tuned in late to tune into the beginning. I don't want to hear any more bitching from the fucking Top Shot people, okay? Go back and listen to the beginning.
That's right. It's tough love from now on, and Adam's fed up with all the bitching.
I think that's going to work. I think you solved it.
There you go. Mike, congratulations on the launch of Floaty, and sorry to hear about your backhand. It's not looking too good.
We'll see. A week from Friday.
Andy, I now really want you to actually do this boxing match. I mean, if you and Blue Kirby agree to it, then the fights must go on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm talking to him about whether or not he's actually going to go to Dubai, but it seems like he's interested.
There you
he's
go.
There, I'm down to box.
Yeah, no way that goes south.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good deal. Yeah, if you do it, come down to Boston, up to Boston. We'll do a little boxing training, get you ready to go, Andy. All right, Matt, are you ready to share your screen? Do you know how to do this?
Well, there's a share button down there. I'm assuming I'll hit that first.
Yes, I love this. Talk it through to me. I want to see. Right. I want to see how the sausage gets made.
Using the left click on the laptop.
Okay, this is the kind of detail
Video
I like.
File or share screen. Okay, we're going to do share screen.
Video file could be dangerous.
Ooh, I see the tips. Okay, don't need the tips. I'm a master at this.
What tips are we talking about?
Just share the tip.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I do one thing before we launch here? If anyone wants to bet on Levitan, please enter my DMs.
I thought you wanted them to enter Floaty's DMs.
That is mine.
Okay.
My DMs are just fine. Please, my MBL 267 DMs. Hit me up.
And Levitan has a PO box where you can snail mail him your offer.
All right, I think we're ready to go here. Let's see.
All right, okay, it is in the hopper. But okay, hang on? I'm worried you didn't select the include audio button, Matty.
Oh no!
You know what? A lot of people would think I was disappointed, but getting to have you do it again and actually explain how to do it right is a great joy for me. So let's do this again.
Very disappointing. All right, yeah,
right from the top.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the share button. All right, yeah. There's video file, share screen. We're gonna go share screen.
Here we go.
All right, we're gonna go Chrome tab. I found the Chrome tab. Oh, there's the share audio right there.
It is.
Bottom left corner. You just give it a little click, guys. That's all you need.
That moment when it clicks for the guest it's one of the most satisfying things in life for me.
Yeah,
we're in
thankfully
business
this
now,
took me only a fraction of the time that it did to join the VIP Discord. So already learning.
Big tech strides. Thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. We're excited to sweat the Levy and Levy tennis match. Please, I think I'm close to 8,000 subs. If you haven't subscribed, get me to 8,000 so I can sleep like a baby tonight. We got the audio version if you guys want to listen to the podcast. And shout out to Underdog, our sponsor. Matty, let's do this. Number 6.
All right.
Let's go, Josh Hart.
We love it.
Nice.
Up back.
Matt, my OCD is kicking in. Will you click off the pink
I was
bar?
going to ask the same thing.
Please, get rid of it.
Let's go 2.
2, come on. All right.
Gary Terry.
Terry.
You're getting all the players who like Top Shot. Nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, Terry, if you want a 23,000 Series 2 comment, hit me up, man. All right.
You know he's watching the club.
You absolutely.
Larry Nance. Have we yet to pull like a top, 50 NBA player yet between these two packs?
We're having a tough time.
Well, we're just in it for the collection anyways, so it doesn't matter.
I genuinely like that.
Yeah, I legitimately like the moments. I mean, there we go.
Still not quick.
Finally, a good player.
Now we're good. Shut it down. We're good.
Come on.
That's NBA champ Kavamuni.
Marcus Morris getting warmer.
Another twin like me.
There you go.
Wait, you are
Property
also a
Rose,
twin?
Morris. This is it, guys. We need a hype
Come
walk-off
on.
moment here for Matty. Let's go. Miami Heat. Rare. Yes, Chris G was calling it in the chat. He called it.
That's a top
Where's
50
Chris?
player. I'll take it.
Top 50 player. That's a nice
Buzzer
MGLE.
beater.
Let me see the moment, Chris. Our guy Chris G in the chat loves Bam more than anyone else. That's for you guys.
This is for you, Chris.
There it is, Chris. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.